Hello, everyone. My name is Hen Moyer, and I am joined by Terry Candlestick. We are continuing Echo series Jenna's Route. This is the sixth stream, and I forget the day that we're on. So maybe Terry remembers. How you doing, Terry?
Uh, I'm not sure which day it is either, honestly. This is one of those long ones, so it might be either Wednesday or Thursday, but this one is
Hmm.
pretty much the day started well before dawn. So, one of
Indeed.
those.
With Leo showing up to our door, banging on it until Jenna opened the door in her underwear. And guys, if you ever see a girl open a door with her underwear and she looks pissed off, you are really in trouble. All right, let's go ahead and get on into it. Go for it, Jenna.
Truly, truly, what the hell?
Jenna repeats herself. She's sitting in the back seat, still peering out the rear window with a boggled expression plastered on her face.
I hear you. What a fucking mess.
I think I was voice acting Flynn, but if you want to, you're welcome to it.
Oh, are you doing it now? Oh, I was doing Leo.
I think,
That's right. Yeah. All right, go for it,
yeah.
Flinny Flynn.
At least now he knows that. At least now he knows they were hiding stuff about Carl. We know. I tried to shine at least some optimism on the situation, however faint it is. We came out here to get information, and we did learn there was information to be had, so not a complete wash. I don't believe for a titty fucking second that Carl's dabbling in crank. Not even saying they're responsible, but they do know something.
Honestly, I don't believe they have the wherewithal to plan and successfully carry out something so malicious as a kidnapping.
Flynn lets out a long sigh, keeping the truck steady along the dirt road with one hand while the other rubs his scaled face. That doesn't help us figure out what the fuck to do next. Where in the where are the goddamn cops? I I'm the fucking city clerk. Why am I stuck doing this shit? There's a silence in the cabin. Jenna turning back around to peer in Flynn's rearview mirror at him.
Because you're his friend, and you care about him.
Flynn seethes at the words. That's not helping, Jenna. I pull out my phone, holding my thumb over the display button. Only 50% battery life. I'll have to remember to charge it later. Should I text Leo? Text him what? That you want him to raw you again. Flynn lets out a huff and Jenna gives the lizard a stern look. What? I mean about what they just told us. There ain't no reason to. It's all pussy willow lies. After a while, he sighs, sounding defeated. Flynn reaches into his pocket, holding up his slightly antiquated looking phone. I'll just post in the group chat a quick summary while we're driving. While I'm driving.
Don't copy
Okay.
Flynn's behavior.
No, don't do that. And I'll make sure to let them know how sketch they were being. They were being.
They're being.
Yeah, I nod, despite the fact that no one is currently looking at me. How sagely of me. I step outside into the cool air, letting my feet rest on the hard asphalts of the parking lot. I stand there, enjoying the openness of my surroundings. You can only be cooped up with two other people in one room for so long before it becomes increasingly apparent you're all just breathing each other's air. TJ had tried to keep Leo company today while they went out to look for Carl, but TJ was saying Leo was really distant. They ended up getting to the little recreational camping spot right before the lake, and Leo just said he had to go. Left TJ there without a ride. He said he didn't mind because he enjoys the walk, but Leo's behavior had him worried. Jenna steps out beside me, fidgeting some with her hair. What hair?
No, she doesn't have much hair.
Yeah, she doesn't have much. Maybe she's like making sure it's in like the faux hawk
Mohawk.
she's got going
Yeah,
on
the faux
there.
hawk she's got going.
Yeah, tough day, huh?
Mm-hmm.
She responds quietly. So, if we're gonna search tomorrow, have you?
I'd rather not talk about Carl and the search effort right now, if that's all right with you.
Jenna pauses, crossing her arms over her chest.
I know that sounds bad, but we truly are doing everything we can for him. Absolutely above and beyond. We've got a few more places on the outside of town that Flynn and I are going to look at, as well as some more phone numbers to call. Flynn's going to text us with all the details in the morning. So that's settled.
I let out a little exhale of relief. I honestly have no idea where else to look, so props to them if they're able to scrounge up a place or two. Well, what did you want to talk about then? Jenna leans up against the nearby post, luminescent light giving her fur a slight halo effect. She's looking at me now, eyes tired and the very faintest of smiles crossing her muzzle.
To be quite honest, not much talking is needed.
Her smile grows less faint, her tired demeanor shifting to something more akin to cozy warmth. It's infectious, and soon I'm smiling just the same.
Your company is fine enough.
Heh, really? She nods. Well, same to you. Same for you.
That's good then. Let our musks mingle.
It's all saliva mix and the alchemy of love.
Nom nom nom.
Blah, 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 blah.
What's that in the distance? No, Jula.
You can hear it echoing, yeah. It's like, whoa, Jenna, my phone. It's got a radio receiver on it.
No,
I think it's picking something up.
no, I think it's Leo's Chula radar, his Chular, Chudar, Chuldar.
You see, every single time Leo is getting cucked by somebody, he has to go and find a chair to sit in that's somehow looking at a bed.
Every time
That's
someone
him.
flirts with Chase, Leo crashes out.
It's very good that Leo's crashing out and screaming "Chula" over the distance.
You can just hear it echoing. Feel it in the ground. It's just wave after wave of despair. Oh, poor Leo.
Chase, let's go to train track.
The
I don't know why he
Chuldars.
became Transylvanian. You know,
My
I
Chuldar. My Chuldar
Yeah.
is going off.
I don't
All
know
right.
why Leo is now Dracula. Chula, we will go to the
Ooh,
train track.
I want to suck your. Never mind. Right.
Something with blood in it.
Filled with blood.
It's like a balloon.
Great. I love all this talk.
Her eye, she lolls her eyes, standing there with that look like she's waiting for something. It takes a second for me to realize what. Oh, so I'm just gonna step over here. I take one comically large sidestep over towards where Jen is standing. my tail swishing behind me in a low arc before slapping down on the pavement. Jenna lets out a little amused noise as she peers up at me, her own tail flicking in a contented way.
Oh?
She cants her head, pulling, putting on an innocent, putting on a front of innocent curiosity as I approach.
Whatever for?
Well, maybe to do something like this.
Get your hands over her
I
throat!
place,
Oh!
I place my paws on either side of her face. Her fur is so much softer than mine, with no oily sensation to it at all. I make her fur oily with my hands. I rub my thumb across her cheek, then lean down to plant my muzzle against hers. Our lips meet. Her touch is gentle, a comfortable yet intimate pressure. Soon she opens her mouth, and I find myself doing the same. She bites.
I feel her teeth sink in.
It's like a dog with a windblower. But Leo, with Leo, it was always like some kind of tongue battle for dominance, which of course can be fun, but right now, this is nice. I can feel goosebumps on the back of my neck as her breath meets mine. It kind of smells like oatmeal. Had she been getting into my dinosaur egg oatmeal packets I brought? I hope not. I only have a few of those. Jenna pulls back after a few seconds. I see a little dinosaur oatmeal marshmallow on her lips. Her face.
The oatmeal, the actual oatmeal grains has been cut and stamped into the shapes of little dinosaurs, so they just grow with the
Yeah.
dinosaurs.
Yeah. Her face almost. Jenna pulls back after a few seconds, her face radiant and glowing. She looks content despite everything going on.
Hmm.
She hums to herself in thought. I take her smaller paws in mine, interlacing our fingers. Ah, is something on your mind?
I've just never kissed a guy in a motel parking lot after eating so much oatmeal.
Did you like it? She looks up towards the sky.
At night.
Oh. That response was not exactly what I had been expecting. Just everywhere else, then. I tease, quickly putting on a big, goofy smile to emphasize how much I'm joking, and hoping to God that she doesn't get offended.
Especially at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I'm just making sure I remember to add it to my list.
She says this with complete deadpan before pushing away from the post and turning to head back inside. Wait, I was just messing with you.
Oh, I know.
She walks past me, swinging her arms and smacking me squarely on the ass. The shock of it renders me completely off balance. It has been quite a long time since someone's done that to me, and I feel my face flush with heat as Jenna walks away. I can see her proud of herself smile stuck to her muzzle, even with her back turned. And God, what a backside. You can almost not see it under the tail. I was so nervous when I did it before. I guess didn't really have time to appreciate things. I wish I could sleep in your bed tonight. I speak without thinking, and Jenna stops, her, her paw on the door handle. The audible thunks of TJ fussing about inside punctuate the silence.
What's stopping you?
A genuine question, but she doesn't stick around for the answer. And then I'm alone. With a little sigh, I rest my side against some posts, against the same post Jenna was, closing my eyes again and just letting the surroundings sink in. Again, it's unusually humid out, especially for spring, where we usually get less than an inch of rain a month. Monsoon season isn't set to start for another 90 days or so. I hold out my paws to the sky and let my tongue loll out, tasting the ozone in the air. It's the closest thing I can get to being in water right now, not counting the shower, of course. I mean, actually being surrounded in something vast and wet, like a moist blanket that you can let carry you away. Speaking of moist blankets, TJ has been in the bathroom for like an hour, and I really gotta piss. I step away from the high pitched buzz of the fluorescent outdoor lighting, heading out, heading out around the bend of the motel and into the wash nearby. Is this is this just another example of someone taking a piss moving the plot forward?
Pretty much, yeah. There's another Chase needs to pee in Kudzu's uh trailer, so he steps outside just far enough for someone to snatch him up.
Yeah, just Brian shows up and he's like, "Hey, how's it going?" He's like,
I'm
he just
gonna.
grabs him by the neck, picks him up, pisses going everywhere, drags him off to his trailer.
Yeah, he's just like,
It takes,
sorry, go ahead.
uh, it takes me a second. It takes me a second for my eyes to adjust to the darkness. The desert at night can look pretty strange, like the absence of the sun sucks all the color out of the world. It makes me It makes trying not to fall into a ditch all the more difficult when everything starts blending together. Once I find a good spot hidden away from any motel windows, I turn my back to it and get to leak taking. I'm making a concerted effort this time to not piss on myself. If that happens twice in a row, Jenna's going to start thinking I have a fetish or something. At that moment, someone grabs me from behind and I piss on myself.
Hi,
Water
my name's
sports.
Brian. I
Why
sound
do they
like
call
Herbert from Family Guy.
Why do they call it water sports anyway? If you're actually into water-based sports, you can't really talk about your hobby without the perverts in the room thinking you like piss. Though, to be fair, there's much worse out there to be into. I remember for the longest time, Flynn had this whole reputation of being into scat. I think it started after someone called him a shit pusher because he was gay, and of course, he told them that he was and loved doing it. Then all that got ambiguated in the high school social milieu until Flynn was apparently spending his weekends diving into septic tanks. Flynn wasn't remotely pleased when that stigma didn't go away. And of course, I thought it was hilarious. Strangely enough, that never got applied to Leo and I, even with all our PDA. Yeah, when you could just beat the hell out of anybody, people tend to leave you alone.
Yeah.
I yeah, and by the way, everyone, we just heard a branch snap. I guess there's a crunching noise beside me, dry bramble being tread underfoot, and the sudden scuffing of dirt. The noise stops as soon as it starts, and I glance over, realizing I'm not alone. What the fuck? Micah comes crawling out of the pipe I was pissing at. Ah, what the fuck? Ah!
Sorry, little wee good rat.
Oh, sorry, man.
Didn't know you were
Didn't
living
see you
there. I love the comment Chase had earlier, but it was like he liked Micah better when he was on the back of a milk carton.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, I could just imagine if Micah was living in that pipe, he'd just have the milk carton out front, opposite his side, with his picture on it, showing like, "This is my address. This is who lives here in this pipe."
Nice. What the fuck? I blink. I must have finished pissing a minute ago, but here I am, still holding my prick. Micah stares at the aforementioned before looking back up at me. I quickly shove myself back into my shorts, nearly tripping over myself as I step back away from him. Damn it. Where'd he even come from? I was taking a leak. The fuck you were, schizo. His voice is strange, distant. In fact, he looks completely out of it, as if his comprehension of the world around him is delayed. You were just standing there, staring off into the great dark nothing, cock and paw, jerking into the void. That how you defeat it? What are you talking about? What? Why are you even here? Micah points a half-lidded stare in my direction. His fingers wiggling around the edges of his tank top. He's not so much looking at me as if looking right through me. I'm a bat, and it's night. I can be wherever I want. So you want to be here? The voice echoes so clearly in my mind, I can't help but say it out loud. So you want to be here? Fuck no. He sniffs. His answer is spoken with a tired, slurred tone. I mean, I'm here because, like, there's dick all for me out there. Fuck, wait. You're talking about right here, right now, with you. I look into his widened pupils and nod slowly. Shit. Micah rubs his face, pinching at his own lightly fuzzled cheeks, his gaze still a million miles away. He's exhausted, or at least appears so now. Like someone on the tail end of a ride on a fierce upper. You can't put sleep off for forever. Shit. I'm only half awake right now. And that's the worst way to be. It's like when you're dreaming, you're flying. But when you're having a nightmare, you're falling. It's always falling. Micah steps back, his heels hanging off the edge of the wash, and I'm sure he's about to tip over into it. Without thinking, I reach out for him, but he seems to lean away from my paw. What the hell am I doing? Don't touch the junkie. I should just get out of here, back to the motel room. Behold, I was shaped in iniquity. He extends his tattooed arms to show off his wingspan. Before I can say anything to respond to the bat's ramblings, he tips backwards like he's expecting someone to catch him. Oh shit. Are you okay? Silence. We were pissing into the wash, right? He starts creeping closer to the edge to get a look at him, but a small voice rings out from within. Fucking ow! He goes quiet again and starts as dust plumes rise up in the ditch. Finally, another little grunt. No, where the hell am I? Ugh, son of a bitch, it smells like piss down here. As I peer over the edge, I can tell it's about a good 3 to 4 foot drop. Nothing too dire, but definitely not pleasant. Micah's gaze meets mine and quickly narrows. Ah, I mean, fuck. Fuck, of course. It wasn't just a dream. I stare blankly at him, wheels turning in my head for a second. Wait, you were sleepwalking? If that's what you want to call it. Did you just have your prick out? I ignore the question. Your dream made you do a trust fall into the dirt? I thought you were tweaking out on drugs or something. If only. Micah slowly pushes himself to his feet and climbs out of the wash. His backside is completely caked in dirt and goat head bramble. He tries to pick out the stickers from his fur, wincing at each pluck. I thought there was water in there for some reason.
Don't want to drink that
Thumbs
water.
over his shoulder. Say again?
Don't want to drink that water.
No, that water's not good for you. There's probably not going to be any in there for another few months. Yeah, fuck. I'll be gone by then. Micah shakes his legs a few times, some more dust scattering to the wind. Having white fur like that must suck in the desert here. If you even get the slightest bit dirty, everyone can see. For me, everything just kind of blends into the brown fur. He squints at the building nearby and lets out an astonished noise. I made it all the way to the motel? That doesn't make any goddamn sense. Fucking hellfire, man. Shit's just getting so much worse. He shakes his head. He's clearly lucid now, but I don't know if he's really talking to me. You doze off for 1 minute, and then everything's an absolute shit show. A cold chill creeps down along my spine. This is all sounding real familiar. Pot helps, keeps the bad vibes down. But it's a quick fix for something that you know that you never know. Quick fix for something that you never know when it's coming. I've been having something similar happen to me, I think. Really bad dreams, mainly. His gaze snaps to me as if he wasn't expecting me to actually respond to him. Fucking really? Oh shit. The bat extends an arm out to his surroundings, gesticulating at everything and nothing all at once, while his wings flap about. You ain't the only one, Muskfuck. You ain't seen how it's been. It's real shit down on Jasmine Street. The hum gets so bad there. The hum? I frown, unnerved by the bat's words, but not really sure I should start questioning them. You wouldn't know, after all. You're just having a little fun trip and then fucking right off. Micah says this like it's a bad thing. However, I'm not really guilty about wanting to get the hell out of here at the soonest possible convenience. When we find Carl, of course. So, you're gonna leave town too? Micah glances over at me. Yeah. You should go soon, Swell. But he'll be back. But you'll be back. They all come back. We all come back. What do you want about? I'm honestly not sure myself. The words just sounded right at the time. I shrug, not realizing I'm currently possessed by somebody. I guess that's just what it feels like to me. Not everyone does. His tone shifts more melancholy. the young bat reaching into his pocket and flipping out an old cell phone for a moment. It looks like one of those cheapo ones you'd buy the minutes and text messages per use. Burners, I think they're called. After a moment, I realize who he's referring to. I never really, knew Keith, so sorry he went missing. He stops messing with his phone, yellow eyes flicking back up to me. You didn't know him, and you're not the reason he disappeared, so stop talking like you're personally involved. I feel myself starting to get a little flustered. I don't know why I'm still here. In fact, I don't know why Micah's still here. He's just lingering about, even after he claimed he came this way due to sleepwalking or whatever. What was Keith doing before he went missing? This is the point where I seem to have Micah's full attention. He glances around for a moment before stepping forward, lowering his voice to a quiet rasp. What he's always doing, Schizo. Trying to fix people. He'd see somebody who'd be utter shit trash and then try to find their inner spirit or whatever. You know? Naive shit. He thinks for a second. Well, naive lights. Whatever. Keith was one of those weird kids who read philosophy books in school. He helped all of us, of course, and I thank him to bits for it. Screw-ass didn't know his own limits. Started getting chummy with his supplier, this big bear bastard named Brian. Supplier? Keith dealt drugs? Bitch, everyone deals drugs and gets dealt an Echo. This ain't a surprise, or it shouldn't be. So let me get you off your moral high horse right now. He squints in thought. Yeah. Now that I think of it, wasn't your mom the one that let Sven miserly plow her for Oxy? What? I can't help but be taken aback by that one. Oh. You're saying your mom didn't take Oxy? No, she had back pain issues and took Percocet. But that's it. That is Oxy, bitch. But enough about your whore mom. Fuck you, he huffs. He's so full of shit, just like before at the bonfire. I dip my paws into my pockets and turn to leave. I get a couple of steps towards the motel before I hear the bat rasp from behind me. Hey, don't be a bitch. I keep walking. The shower is probably freed up now, and God knows I could use it. If not just for the water, but the time alone. No, wait. Seriously. Stop. Chase. I hear a frustrated sigh. Chase, please. I need to talk to you. Serious like. I turn around, and if his sight is any good, he can get a good view of how done with his shit I am from my expression alone. Keith tried to help this supplier turn his life around, all that. I hesitate, not expecting him to start talking about Keith again. He saw the goodness in him, etc., etc. Before all this, Keith would always take me out after school on Fridays. We'd go flying these RC planes we tinkered with down by the river. I mean, it sounds about as fun as plucking pubes to most folk now, but little me loved it. The moment he started getting close to Brian, that stopped. We saw him less and less until poof. Keith's gone. No one knows where he went, including Brian, so claimeth he. And I had nothing left here. My anger with the bat begins to fade as he looks me straight in the eyes. There's something about the tone of his voice that's different. Like, this is actually a matter he'd thought about for a long time. Micah, are you... I exhaled, stepping forward and lowering my voice. Are you trying to tell me something? Something about Carl? No. I'm trying to get you to whip out your dick again. The runty bat's nostrils flare as he steps closer. I cover my crotch with my free paw, and he rolls his eyes. Do you want help finding the rich fat kid? I hesitate at his hostile phrasing, but begrudgingly nod. Any information at all could be help at this point. Yes, I want help finding Carl. Do you know anything that can help us? Cool. And hopefully. He doesn't speak for a time, rolling his cell phone in his paw. Don't report anything Don't report anything I'm about to tell you to the cops. I'm genuinely trying to help you here, but I need you to swear to that. Sure, whatever. I swear I won't tell the cops. I lie. Good. Nothing I did is really illegal, but it can be implicating as all hell if you don't find your friend. Is this about the meth you guys said Carl was taking? No, that was bullshit. I knew it. Well, Flynn knew it. Like hellfire. I'm gonna start racking fuckers out in front of everybody. The Hendricks house was marked. Jeremy tipped Clint off that Carl was staying home alone. Clint then brings me on to scope shit out just before midnight at 11. I can see well in the dark and got a good look at the alarm system. That's when I noticed two big, glowing eyes staring back at me. I don't know what happened, but there was just a flash, and the next thing I know, I'm falling from the second-story ledge onto the riprap. The photo. That was Micah. The flash of Carl's cell phone camera. That has to be it. He took a picture of you before you fell. We found the photo the next day. The bat's lips tighten. Well, fuck me then. I guess it's good that I'm getting ahead of this. It barely even looked like you, I think. The picture was all distorted. I try to wave off his concerns with a reassuring tone, reshifting the conversation back to Carl. What happened next? Micah sighs, speaking up again. Next thing I hear is a whole shit ton of thudding. Like, da-thunk, da-thunk. I couldn't move. I didn't want to start sprinting off while anyone inside was still looking out a window. So I huddled up in a blind spot and the noise kept going for a solid 30 seconds. Then a fucking hell of a clatter, the sound of wooden boards snapping inside. Next thing I know, the fat ass is taking off into the desert, completely spooked. Which direction? South, I think. Anyway, he holds up his basic-looking cell phone. I gave Clint a call, told him what happened. He started freaking the fuck out on me, cussing and swearing, spitting up a storm. Kept insisting he needed to call someone. That's the last I heard of it. Spent the next 12 hours nursing a bruised tailbone in an abandoned trailer off Route 65. Well, goddamn. Actual answers. This is all really helpful, Micah, but why are you telling me this? Why are you ratting out your friends to someone you hate? The bat groans, a look of exasperation crossed on his tired features. Have you been listening at all? There are fuckers out there I don't trust, and if there's anything to be done about putting a boot to their asses, I'm down. For Keith. The bat taps at his phone a few times before handing it my way. Give me your number. I'll keep you updated on what's going on. The supplier guy I mentioned will be coming into town. I'll see if I can get some more info at him and Keith and Clint about the RAM. I take the phone, slowly using the tiny button-based number pad to put in my number. There's probably a few ways this can come back and bite me in the ass, but at this point, I'm pretty damn desperate for a lead. I just never would have expected it to come from Micah, of all people, and willingly at that. And here I thought you hated me. I don't care about you enough to hate you, schizo. I hand the bat back his phone, unsure how to feel about that response. If I don't hear from you by the time I have to go Sunday, you should get the fuck out of Echo. His tone is flat, for a matter-of-fact statement that he believes doesn't need further explanation. I nod in response, wondering if it's too late to take my number back. Well, if that's all. I glance back to the motel. Micah looks too. Yeah. Actually, one more thing. Oh? I perk a brow in his direction. Are you still with that wolf boy, Leo? I remember him getting skittish about him earlier. He's acting nonchalant, but there's definitely something more to the question than casual curiosity. The answer to the question itself is also a complicated one. Not really. Why do you ask? I don't give a shit. He looks down at his phone as he says this. A lie. Then why'd you ask? He just... I hear he talks a lot of shit. I was wondering if he ever talks shit about me. Micah folds his arms over his chest, staring at his phone screen. To be honest, I don't even recall a time when he even mentioned you by name. It's the truth. Out of all the Jasmine Street kids, Micah was the one I never really heard Leo talk about. Figures. What? What? I'm out of here. I'll text you in a bit, after I go to Leo's place and be like, hey. The bat turns and heads off. There's something about him that sticks with me, and I can't quite put my finger on it. Once he disappears around the corner of the motel, I take out my phone and tab over to our group chat. Friday. I'm a great swimmer, I swear. A young woman's voice. A young woman's voice. I'm a great swimmer, I swear. A young woman's voice. It's distant but near. Like a video with the volume nearly all the way down. I strain myself to listen more closely, and the spoken words start to come into focus.
That's doubtful. You're a yote, after all.
A man's voice, also barely audible. I'm inside the cabin of a large vehicle. It's rickety, and I have to hold onto something to keep from shaking all over the place. I can see two people in the front now. Their silhouettes pronounced, but I can't make out their faces. It's like they're distorted water droplets on fresh ink. The one in the passenger seat is a woman, a coyote. She has lots of jewelry. Not that I can see it, but it jingles around whenever she moves. That reminds me of my mom. The man on the left who's driving is an otter. He's wearing a hunting cap that's too small for his noggin. Whenever he turns his head, I catch a glimpse of him in the mirror, his face blurred. The only part that's distinguishable are his eyes, like shining blue headlights in the dark. I think I'm seeing things from his point of view, even though he's not really me. The cabin behind the two front seats is roomy, like a van. In fact, it feels like there are more people behind me, but I can't look over my shoulder. I'm stuck, shaking around in between the front seat and somewhere in the back, near the rear cabin doors. Really? And you're a dirty speciest, Dove? The times are changing, and you best get with it. You best get with 'em. Elsewise, I might need to find myself more sophisticated company, you hear? The woman responds. This is all so familiar for some reason. Deja vu.
Jan, you read dirty novels and you eat fast food like a hog. I've heard of a set of witch doctors who were more worldly and sophisticated than you.
He grunts, laughing a little at his joke. Oh, please, darling. Reading a little novella with the word penis in it ain't gonna damn me straight to hell. Second, I got my own income now. You know, a job. You might hear of one someday. I can use the money I make from said job to buy whatever I want that makes me feel special. Sometimes that's a little romance book at the drugstore, and sometimes that's a large vanilla milkshake with extra cherries. Third and final, I don't think the Macenta have witch doctors. They got shamans. I met one once. He was a very nice old man, about 4 feet tall, too, pocket sized. The woman sounds rather pleased with herself for countering all the man's comments. The man lets out a dismissive noise.
You met one? Eh? What'd he do? Sell you a love potion?
Another chitter of laughter from his own joke. I don't know, hun. You tell me. You reckon it's working? Her tone is flirty, and I can practically feel them both smiling. I'm outside now. My head's spinning. I'm walking, but it's not my body that's moving, it's someone else's. Their movements are slow and deliberate. A stab of pain when the body's left leg moves too high or the joints rotate at the knee. The fur on their arm is ice white. The muzzle is feline. Some sort of big albino cat, trudging one foot after the other beside the highway, caught up in a strange daze. Sepia tinted memories fill our head of, of places that look straight out of the Southwestern Adventures frontier quarter. These recollections are his existence, and the physical reality in front of him is a fading dream, something that causes pain to traverse. This world is not his home anymore, as much as it hurts him to think that. One of his feet steps upon the pavement, then the other, crossing the lanes to walk directly down the little yellow line down the center. The people he loved are all dead, but he doesn't want to join them. He just wants them back. As his own senses fail him, the memories in his head keep getting more and more real. They're in his mind. He can see the stitching on on their clothing, the smell of their fur, the chuckle in their voice, the touch of their paws, the taste of their lips. It's such a sad way to be. I'm back in the van. The otter and coyote are trading glances with each other now. The more brusque personality of the otter seems tempered by the coyote, like he's trying not to take himself too seriously around her. The radio's playing something now, something that was there before, but I couldn't quite make it out. It's not music, just voices. Drawn out, distorted, and mostly unintelligible. I catch something that sounds like nervous laughter from a high pitched voice. Then a more baritone one responds with something reassuring. It's okay. At least that's what I think it says. Finally, a squelching noise, like squishing soft putty between your paws. The feeling that something behind me in the van grows. I've been here before. I know I have. But when? No matter what I do, I can't turn around. Even the rearview mirror reflects the distorted image. I can just barely make out something back there, undulating in constant restless motion, strobing between pulsating flashes of faint red light. There's applesauce, like someone's clapping.
Applesauce?
There's applause, like someone's clapping. Yay, dyslexia. The handles of the rear cabin door seem to shudder and click, like someone is trying to open them from the outside. But that's impossible. We're moving. It feels like I'm being yanked back out to the road again, with the old man walking down the center line. The memories in his head grow more perspicuous as he walks. It's as if it's building towards some great zenith or a point of total clarity. I'm not sure how I know this. There's a rumbling of an engine coming up from behind, puttering in rhythmic fashion. Again, I can't turn to face it, but I know it's there, and it's getting closer. The engine roars. It's coming up right behind me. This is nuts. Fuck. What the fuck am I doing? It's a high-pitched voice from the radio. I can hear it now, clearer than ever before.
You're doing great, Shura.
The baritone voice. Was that Leo? The albino older man stops, turning as if he heard this too. Heavy breaths escape my throat and splay forth, fogging up the windshield. The two lovers exchange a kiss, eyes lulled. There are lovers in the back as well, fumbling with themselves in that same red light. That same red light bathes the entire sky. The cabin door is fling open. I can finally see the person who's been trying to get in from the outside. A runty-looking, amber-eyed otter stands there, wearing an oversized blue t-shirt and khaki shorts. It's me. I'm younger and I don't have the goatee. Somehow I'm just floating behind the moving vehicle as if we're standing still. The color in younger me's eyes start to fade before shifting to an icier blue. He shrinks, and soon the figure standing there is a little boy in his swimming trunks. Him. What does Sydney want? What does he want? Another shift, and he springs about up with distorted, jolty movements. The transition is nowhere near as smooth as the first. The otter in his hunting cap. I called it. The otter in his hunting cap. Far too tight for his head. Those same blue eyes piercing right through me. Bronson. Mr. Bronson. Sydney's father. Is Mr. Bronson also the one driving the van while we're in? I see no reaction from the blurry figure in the driver's seat, still more occupied with the coyote next to him. He's only there for a second before his face practically tears away from jagged artifacting. Mr. Bronson twists in on himself, expression uncaring as it falls apart and fades into ragged white fur. The elderly albino in the road. It's him. At least I think it is. His silhouette is more abstracted. The detail of his features somehow darker. His form floats there for some time. I keep waiting for it to shift, but it doesn't. Instead, it turns its head to look directly at me with stark red eyes. They widen, still appearing, and I try to step back, but I can't move. Like fluorescent bulbs, they begin to illuminate, blinding me as they grow closer and closer. I hold up my paws just as the old man's mouth opens, about to speak. What? Thunk.
Janice, are you okay?
Bronson! Bronson! What did you hit?
Uh,
Bronson? Bronson! Don't just sit there. You answer me right now.
I don't know.
Jesus, sweet Mary Christ. Mr. Bronson is despondent while Jaundice, is starting to get frantic. Everything's dark, but I can still see a slight red spatter on the center of the windshield. A large chunk of fur is caught in the wiper. Mr. Bronson steps out of the vehicle, his blurry form flickering into something a little more focused. His clothes are loose hanging, jeans bell-bottomed, very 60s. I can see the whiskers on his face like they were my own. His heart is practically beating out of his chest, his fur damp with cold sweat. The fear is electric, the fear is electric buzzing hum, which permeates the landscape. Are they hearing it too? I decide to move with him, seeing from his point of view. Mr. Bronson covers his face, paws trembling. He can't see anything in the darkness. The otter leaps out of his fur, startled by the voice. It's a weak, desperate cry. It has a gurgling pain following it immediately after. Okay, I tried.
Hold on, let me try.
We're just making fun of this guy who's dying.
There you go.
Mr. Bronson runs to the source of the pathetic sound. Jaundice is getting out of the van as well. She clutches her back to her side, her high heels clacking against the asphalt. Bronson? Oh my God! I see it. I see him. The albino feline is stuck, wedged between the fender skirt and the wheel itself, a space about a foot wide. He's practically folded into it, legs snapped upward and jutting out the side. Wild red eyes dart from Mr. Bronson to Jaundice and back again. I can't tell if he's pleading for help or asking why. All I know is that he's in excruciating pain beyond the capacity for tears. Just instant shock. Images flash before my eyes, and now he's not looking at anyone anymore. He's devoid of movement beyond the rapid heaving of his chest. Jesus! She screams. His shoulders are caught under the tire, and he's bleeding. Oh my God, Bronson! We gotta do something!
I know we gotta do something!
He shouts back at her, eyes nearly popping out of his head. Jack? Jaundice gasps as the old man begins to speak. A look of realization crosses her no longer blurry face as she points towards the back of the van. Get the check! Mr. Bronson blinks, then quickly rushes to the back to get his toolkit, flinging the doors open. In place of obscure levers are a mound of tarantulas burrowing into each other as if trying to hide from the newly opened doors. Some are blondes, while others are of the more standard rust and black color. He does not seem to notice nor care about these creatures which flee from his presence, driving for his little olive toolbox. As I step away, I'm stuck, seeing through his eyes now. He flings his tools around, hammers, wrenches, and rebar clattering to the side. No Jack. Mr. Bronson stares motionless until Jaundice's shrieking voice breaks the silence. What's taking you so long? Get him out of there, Bronson! The otter exhales shakily, then makes his way back to Jaundice and gives her a blank look.
Help me lift.
What?
I said, help me lift!
Are you kidding me? You don't have a jack?
Shut up and help!
Mr. Bronson slips his paws under the side of the van next to the wheel, squeezing his palms against the chrome. Jaundice quickly does the same on the other side of the wheel.
On 3, lift!
Mr. Old Man, we're gonna get you out of there in no time. They're gonna pick up the car, then drop it on him. What do you bet? You just gotta slide on free once this goes up, okay? She tries to put on a reassuring voice, but the albino just stares past her with those intense red eyes.
1!
Bronson, I don't know if I can do this.
2!
She shakes, tears beginning to well within her eyes. Oh, God!
3.
The van creaks as it begins to rise up off the ground, at least on this corner. Jaundice screams at her own exertions, muscles spasming as her arms shake. I can't! The old man begins sliding his broken legs down the side of the wheel, one of his free paws grabbing the side of the fender skirt. Low moans escape from inside his chest, whimpers of unimaginable pain and shock as his crushed bones realign themselves inside him. He makes it most of the way out by the time Jaundice's arms give out, the van instantly lowering back down a couple of inches. I'm sorry!
Fuck!
Mr. Bronson spreads his legs wide, his muscles quivering as he tries to hold up the whole van by himself.
Go! Get out of there!
He screams down at the albino, his blue eyes meeting the albino's as the old feline begins to nudge himself out from under the wheel.
No!
You might have been too loud.
Alright, I'll try again. No!
Okay, good enough. The otter howls as the van continues to lower despite his best efforts. The old man feels it touch the side of his muzzle. His breathing quickens. Oh no. The tire's just going to come down on his head and just. His breathing quickens, arms reaching for something, anything to help him. Then some gentle pressure. His eyes are bleary and moist now, like a lost child's. Then more pressure. And then. That's what I was thinking was going to happen. Crack. Jaundice screams. She screams and screams until her vocal cords fray like old yarn. Time passes. The body of the old man still is dragged into a large open hole on the side of the road. Mr. Bronson's paws are bloodied, nails chipped from digging without a shovel. Jaundice refuses to help, and she's sitting in the van quietly for the past half hour, crying to herself. She can't stop shaking. He buries the body in the small ditch, trying not to look at his half-crushed face. It seems to stare at him, asking for help from beyond the grave. He could have helped, but he wasn't strong enough. Maybe if he wasn't, maybe this is what he wanted after all. To die? Why else would have someone been walking straight towards them in the middle of the road? He had plenty of time to move out of the way, but he didn't. It was like he didn't realize the shock of what he had done until he was tangled in the wheel skirts of the van, his bones jutting from his skin and blood dripping from his overalls. Once he's completely covered, Mr. Bronson peers back at the van. The splatter from the impact is still visible. He places a small stone to mark the grave of the unknown man before heading back and getting into the driver's seat. Jaundice says nothing to him, and for that he is thankful. Mr. Bronson drives off the road and into a small valley a short ways away. He parks between some brushes and collects his things, trying to ignore the new throbbing pain in his head. Together, they silently exit the van and begin their slow walk back to Echo. A lone figure watches them from atop the hill. An impossibly tall silhouette with lanky arms that hang past his knees. We're together now. Flynn and Sydney.
Julie Boyle.
So I see you're having a hard time tonight. Or do you want to call it since it's almost 8?
What's wrong?
No, it sounds like you're having a hard time reading it tonight. I figure you're probably like hell tired. That's why you wanted to call it earlier. So did you just want to call it here? This is like the beginning of the next day.
This is good. This is a good
stopping point. Yeah, this is a good stopping point. So I think we could call it for this week. Yeah, about an hour.
Sounds good.
All right.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and save again.
All right. Well, sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everyone. We will catch you all later.
Yeah, Fen, before we go, why don't you tell them where they can find you and who exactly you are?
So, my name is Fen Ware. I do YouTube on the side while doing other things. You can find me on Blue Sky, YouTube, Twitch. Technically on Twitter, X, but I don't really use it. And yeah, I mean, that's mostly it. What about you, Terry?
Well, you can mostly find me on YouTube, but I also have a small presence on Blue Sky. So mostly I'm there to encourage encourage a friend, interact with everyone else a little bit. I'm not really active on there, and can see the other things that are going on. It's my only social media, and I got away from Facebook and X a while ago. Thank goodness. But those are two places you can find me.
Is that friend you're thinking about, would his initials be KH?
He is a Dachshund. A Dachshund.
Gotcha. All right, sounds good. Make sure you save. And all right, everyone. I guess we will see you later.
Indeed. We'll see you
Indeed.
in the next round.
Indeed.
Bye, everyone.